Hello and welcome to Fixing South Sudan, your ideas for building the new nation. I am Adingor. Hello and welcome to Fixing South Sudan, your ideas for building the new nation. I am Adingor. This week on Fixing South Sudan, we speak with young entrepreneurs about the impact of their businesses on South Sudan. Can they fix the nation? Can they fix South Sudan? It's a pleasure to welcome them for the first time to Fixing South Sudan. And on my left is Doris Sukeji, founder of Nile Couture. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, Madi.
And right here in the middle is Winnie Raymond, designer of Winnie Raymond's collections. Welcome to the program. And Estella Malik, who is founder of Aramwear Organic Skincare. Welcome to all of you. Welcome to Fixing South Sudan. And maybe let me begin with you. We are talking about your various enterprises, and yours is the Nile Couture. So tell me about yourself and tell me about your initiative.
Okay. I'm called Doris Sukeji. I'm the founder of the Nile Couture Fashion Week, and I'm also the owner of Nile Couture by Sukeji. That is also a collection or a brand under the Nile Couture. The Nile Couture Fashion Week started 4 years ago. It started small as a fashion show, but now it's the second time. It's our third edition. We build it up into a fashion week. We are hoping to have a fashion week that is like in the future we'll have a full fashion week for different designers around.
Tell me about the various events you have been putting up over the years and the impact.
When we started the first event, I put it up at Lugale House. Actually, I did it for free because I don't know how people will receive it. And it was good. People love free stuff. So it was back. The second time I did it also, it was good. The third time I did it, it was last year actually. I did it with collaboration, looking around for people, and I happened to meet Winnie, she approached me to showcase her stuff, and I'm open to ideas and open to welcome women who wanted to pull each other up, like doing something. So I welcomed her, and it was great. We started the journey together. And this year again, we did. It was on Saturday. We started on Friday with a flea market. The flea market is to bring different women who have different products, whether you're doing clothing, whether you're doing body beauty products, whether you're doing shoes or anything that you have. There's some people who have stuff that they sell from home. So we try to create that platform so that people get to know them. You might be there on Friday, but maybe you didn't sell anything, but somebody has already known that you were there. You were around Juba. They might call you to get some stuff. And on Saturday, it was the fashion show, which is the fashion week, the beginning of it. We had like 4 designers showcasing. Different designers. We have a person coming from Egypt. We have somebody coming from Nairobi, a South Sudanese, and we had Winnie from Juba. And I'm half from Juba and half from Nairobi now, though I'm a Juba person. So mostly I spend my time in Nairobi. But the event was a success. Like really, we can say it's a success because everybody enjoyed the event. And what we actually do, we are targeting people who understand what we're doing at the moment. So we try to grow in that direction so that we put the fashion industry actually on a right step so that we don't have mixed up when we reach there, that everybody is trying to do something and we're showcasing something that is not not that it's not acceptable, but something that people will think, what are these people trying to do? But
And that's a good question.
yeah.
What is the inspiration behind what you do?
The inspiration is like me personally, I can say I love good stuff. I love good stuff. I love everything beautiful. I love art. And I used to do my own clothing growing up. Even when I was young, my mom will buy me clothes and then I will try to alternate it to something else. That's how I discovered myself. But when I took to this journey, I was like, there's no turning back. Professionally, I'm a communication officer, and I've worked before. I've worked like maybe for 5, 6 years, but I've left the job just to start my own thing and see how it goes. But I think it's going well now.
And it's good to come back later on to the more that has kind of satisfied you.
Yeah.
Let me bring in Winnie Raymond, and you're the designer of Winnie Raymond's collections. Welcome. Tell us a little bit about yourself, and then what is the Winnie Raymond's collections about?
Okay, thank you. I'm called Winnie Raymond. I started my design. It's like a dream come true since a kid. So I grew up like in a family where everyone is like painting, drawings, and all that. Then like the journey continues. In 2013 or 2010, I started mostly when I dress myself. It's look different. I can add something, like they can bring for me a dress. When I change it, twist it my way, it's something else. So people like start seeing that in me, and then I say, let me try to do something else. So I try my own way. I start with my family, and then the friends tell a friend. That's how I started it. In 2013, this is where like people know me. Then in last year, I met with Doris. Then I say, Doris, I have something like it's going to be an introduction to me. I just want to show tell people like I have something for them. So when I create this thing, there is something behind it. So because fashion, I look at the other angle, like it's bring people together. So we as South Sudanese need to come together and celebrate our talent, creativity, and then empowering others. Because most people think that they have to do something to it has like a struggle. But we are all gifted. It's only that we have to discover what we are good at, and then like we will grow all together.
And maybe tell me about the talent. What have you been able to design over the years? Just give us a total picture of what you have in your collections.
Okay, I do evening gowns, and then it's casual wear, and like party. All I'm just flexible.
For ladies.
For ladies, and sometimes men. I do both, but mostly I focus on women. Dressing.
And how has it been received by your clients or clientele?
I got many comments. Some are really like supportive, and they are happy. Like if you can go further, just go with this, because they feel themselves when they are wearing. They're like, I can put on this thing. Like when you look here and there, it's like, okay, you are coming up. Yeah.
So you have your own shop?
I have, yeah.
Or you cater to
I do it
clients?
from home, and then it's online mostly. Yeah, people reach me.
What are the opportunities that has given you, and maybe some challenges?
Okay. Starting always is a problem because I don't have resources. Besides this, what I'm doing, this designing, I'm an architect by profession. So it's like a combination because fashion is part of architecture. So I started with myself, and then from my sister, they do support me. So when I design to them, they go and show it outside there, and then, oh, where did you get your design from? And they say, that's how I started it. With the little I have, I make.
How are you hoping to expand your work? If, say, given more opportunity, like if you get enough capital, what would you be able to do with it?
That will, if I get the chance, it's not going to just stop in South Sudan. It has to go beyond South Sudan. With with Sukeji, now we come together So like working together, it's going to be a super or something. Like we join together hands, and it's going to be a collective work, so we can go ahead together.
And
Yeah.
Estella Malek, welcome. You've been waiting patiently.
Thank you. Thank you.
And
Been enjoying.
you can introduce yourself, and then you tell us about Aramware, which is your organic skincare, and I think you have a sample.
Yes, so I am Estella Malik, as I've been introduced before. And by profession, I'm a communications expert. And this is where we know each other from the field. But I'm here today because of Aramware Shea Butter, which is, in other words, Lulu in Arabic. And you maybe want to know how it started. So how it started out is I adopted this whole shea butter thing when I was having my undergraduate abroad. And the reason for this is that I heard this specific lady said, I cannot put anything on my skin that I cannot put in my mouth. And that kind of resonated so much because I know that we're so careful about what we put in our mouth and not what we put on our skin. So you would go to the shop and pick anything or everything and just use it on your skin. So that's where the journey started. And with that, I started using it. At that point, I was buying it from northern Uganda. And when I came back, slowly it became like a research. So every day you learn something new about it. Every day I learned something new about it. And when I came back, I was able to check, and luckily, Mother Nature blessed us enough with it, which is in the lakes region where we get our name. Aramware, meaning where the lakes meet, for people that do not know Dinka. So yeah, that's basically how it started.
And how is it going so far?
So far, I can say, for one, it's very challenging because it requires a lot of awareness and sensitizing people, because we have this thought that anything that is local is substandard or it's not good enough. Everybody wants something that is foreign or international. That is something that is more good. Yeah, so it's struggling.
Let's address that skepticism. You open up your product and then show us what it is made of. And
Okay, so we'll basically start with the packaging.
Yeah.
The reason, so the name is already Aramware, as we said, which means where the lakes meet.
And it's made in South Sudan.
And it's made in South Sudan. The reason that we chose the name Aramware is because we want people to be able to ask themselves, like, what sort of name is this and where is this from? So Aramware, because the African shea tree grows mainly in the lake states here in South Sudan. So we wanted to bring people's attention to this part of the world. And you can tell that it has a flag because we want, it's like good publicity for the country. If you Googled South Sudan at the moment, you will probably see a hungry child or soldiers mainly. And there is nothing really good about South Sudan that we have there. So we're hoping to make a mark somehow small as it starts. That's why we have South Sudan, because there's countries like Ghana, Nigeria, who also have shea butter, and northern Uganda. So this makes us distinct from the rest of them.
You mentioned the skepticism.
Yes.
When people see something made here, they think it is substandard.
Yeah.
And what makes this outstanding?
What makes this outstanding is because, for one, it's 100% organic. Like your food, when most people grow maize, you know how it was planted, you know how it's grown, and you harvest it yourself and cook it.
Yeah.
So nobody can come and tell you that, the maize was poisoned or something. This is something that you know by yourself. So this is what makes this different. And you'll probably also ask me that, why is this so different compared to any other body lotion? For one, it's 100% organic. Secondly,
So that means there's no
no chemicals whatsoever.
no chemicals.
Secondly, it's
And it
infused.
doesn't affect the skin.
No, it actually treats your skin. So on top of taking care of yourself and glowing like me, you get to heal your skin because it has healing properties, like it's an anti-inflammatory. So if you had a mosquito bite or you had, an insect bite, you can use shea butter and it helps with that. It nourishes you naturally. It's an anti-aging. So the more you use shea butter, you look youthful.
This is a new thing.
Yeah.
And what do you anticipate will be the challenges, because it's not known?
Yes.
And of course, you have to compete with products coming from outside that are well known and that have been used over the years.
Yes, of course, like I said before, one of the main challenges is the fact that locals believe that anything that is that is national, that is local, is substandard. So that is one of the biggest challenges. The other one, of course, is the finances, because I am starting this on my own, and I have to sort of finance it with whatever little capital I have. So whatever little capital I have, I use it to buy the nuts from the lake states, and at the same time pay the women that are doing this. So as much as I wanted to empower myself with this, I wanted to also empower other women. So the people that make it are the wives of soldiers who can barely get a job, and they're basically housewives. So I have to pay these people too. That's kind of one of the challenges. But we are very hopeful, and we're not giving up, because we know that at the end of the day, when people start to understand these things, we will catch up.
Tell me about the empowerment part of things. This is probably the motivation behind
Yes.
your initiative.
Yeah, so when we speak about empowerment, first of all, of course, I will thank Doris, my fellow, because we all came together and said, you know what, there is more to us as South Sudanese women than just being a housewife. Not that I'm discrediting that, because I personally do housework, and I think it's just about combining traditional and the modern together. So we're educated, we get to do something with our education while being, managing a house or something. So I have been educated, and that was an empowerment that was given to me. Thank God for my family. And I know that there's other women out there that do not have the same opportunities. So this works in a way that, like I told you, it's the wives of soldiers that do this. If you had a survey around, we have a big population that are soldiers, and their wives are basically just at home and waiting for the salary of the husband. So when I thought that if I can reach out...
How many have you employed?
So far we're having 4, because we have started on a small scale.
And is it on a full-time basis?
Yes, of course.
And tell us how it is made and how long the concentration.
Yes, so basically the most important part is to get the nuts. And we scout all those nuts from the lakes region. So we go to Yeru, we go to Rumbek, and some from Wau, and then we have them brought here to Juba. And it's brought as a nut. It's usually brown. Okay, when it's fully made, it's green in color. And then in the inside, there's a brown nut. So what you do is you dry these nuts out, and then once they're dried, these women pound them, and then they grind with, I don't know what that stone is called. I think you know that local stone that they use to grind G-nuts. And then they cook it out, and then the oil comes out. So I would say it takes about, like a whole, in a day, they can produce, let's say about 5 liters of the shea itself. So the oil will come, and then we need at least another day for it to be able to solidify. Once it's solidified, this is where I come in and infuse it with the different other natural oils like coconut, avocado oils, depending on what it's used for. Because currently we have for skin and for hair. So we infuse it with the different oils based on its usage on the body.
And the product is made.
Yes.
And South Sudan is fixed.
You have it.
Yes.
Yes.
And Winnie Raymond, tell me about how your collections are fixing South Sudan. In this program, it is about the positive impact on the country.
Okay. First of all, as I said before, I'm trying to tell people that we are all gifted, we can do something, especially the women. And then use. Because it's bring people, the models, and the other people around South Sudan, because we took the model from all the 64 tribes we have from Wau, we brought them together. So we are trying to tell them that we all can do something for ourselves. It's not that you depend on the dad. Yes, the family is there, can help, but you alone, how can you? Because I lost my parents, both of them, so I'm surviving on my own. So if I can do this on my own, you can also do this. And then it's because the country right now, people are seeing the picture, as Stella said before, the gun and all the bad image, hungry children. So it's time to tell that we have the other path to inspire people and to empower one another. Because it's bring people together, and when we are together, it creates the unity. It strengthens the unity we have. We started loving each other. we started empowering each other, because if I can smile, the next person next to me can smile, because that design is wow. So it's create that network, unity, and then again on that, the networking, because I got to know you, the person is good, the next person, that's the thing. And then another thing also, in down the line, the fashion itself. You know, like everyone knows or sees something better to him or herself, like, oh, I can wear this, I cannot wear this. So I'm trying like creating something, when I put in the market, everyone will buy. This is the other thing. Then like when I get, sometimes when the sale is it's okay, the money I take, and then I help the girls who are struggling with education. Sometimes I provide with books, and then the parts. Mostly I do that, and I distribute to them.
Why?
Yeah. Because some girls don't have the ability to help themselves, because some are orphanage, some are like the dads are struggling also, especially in my village there. So like I'm trying to help, if I can help them, and then inspire them that we can all do this thing together.
What do you think that the government or the people of South Sudan should do for the girls?
If the government of South Sudan can come together, because mostly we got difficulties in many things. People, especially in the far village, like they don't get access to these parts. They get it difficult when they're in their menstrual period. So I asked the government if they can come together, especially like let them provide the parts and all these menstrual hygiene lectures to the school girls, so that people will get aware of, like, because it's sometimes it's out of ignorance, like the mom is not educated to tell the daughter that this one is 1, 2, 3 is also difficult. But when we come together and then like do this together, we will not get difficulties. We can reduce the rate of early marriage, and then child abuse, all these things can be reduced.
Stopped.
Yeah, it stopped. Yeah.
Thank you very much. And Nile Couture.
Yes,
Is it fixing South Sudan, or can it fix South Sudan?
It is fixing and it can fix, I can say. Basically, the idea of Nile Couture, it's something, it's an individual effort, like from all of us. And then I always say, me alone, I cannot do it. Without Winnie, I cannot do it. Without Stella, I cannot do it. So what we did, I can say now, as we are together, I always like welcoming ideas, new people who have ideas that can help us, share with us. We always welcome them, and we will be having that open hand to welcome people, especially the ladies. And me as a person, if I see a young girl, if she has an idea that she wants to put there, I always try to encourage as much as possible for that idea to come up. Even not girl alone, boys and girls. And I find myself even mostly working with boys, basically. Because in this country also people focus much on girls. Not to say that I'm a girl, I'm a woman, I can say that. But also the boys are there, they need also focus. Because you end up seeing that most of the boys are also in the street, nobody bothers about them. So something else also should be done to the boys, not girls alone. That's my focus also. People will ask me, are you doing something for the girls? But I said, I find myself doing something for the boys. It's so funny. Yeah, I mentor boys, if I can. Like where I mentor people, I know people went to universities, finished their universities, and I was happy like to see them like doing that, actually.
Yeah, tell me about your recent event, and maybe what was the cause that you were trying to promote and support?
Yeah, the recent event was, we are focusing, the theme was focus on change. The change is like basically a way of trying to bring something new, new energy that is positive, actually. Like if you change something about you, things will be better, actually. That's the message. And during the show we had, because it's a breast cancer awareness month, so we thought we should be giving back to the community. It's a way of Nile Couture giving back to the community. So we had the breast cancer, we did advertisement for ladies to come there for free breast cancer. During the show we had a doctor who came also in, like telling people, it's not a shame to go check, or it's not like you go when you have some pain and you think you have to go to the doctor when it's too late. Just if you can get a chance like the free that we did, try to go there, because to go to the hospital is expensive. Sometimes people cannot afford. And we had an organization, actually, a healthcare organization, who came in and did everything for us, and the thanks goes to them, actually.
Let's end on this note, and let's start with you. And can South Sudan be fixed? How can it be fixed? What will make it better?
South Sudan can be fixed if people come to accept and understand each other, and try to accept our differences. Everybody has difference. Winnie has difference. Stella has difference. You have difference also. If we try to accept that, oh, this person is like this, I think we can live together. But if we try to say that we cannot live with this person because they are like this, it will be difficult to be fixed. Yeah.
And same question to you.
Okay, South Sudan can be fixed. Because when we come together and start appreciating each other and see the goodness in each other, we can fix South Sudan. That's the main thing I can say.
Same question?
Yeah, of course, absolutely. South Sudan can be fixed. And I can say that if we start looking beyond the political platform, because I think all of us have focused on having politics fix the country, when we ignore that it starts with me and you. So, for instance, today we're doing the Nile Couture Fashion Week, and we put it there as a way to showcase South Sudan to the world in a different way. That's already fixing. If we improve the economy through our fashion and beauty, that is already fixing South Sudan.
Thank you, all of you, for coming to Fixing South Sudan. Doris Sukeji is founder of Nile Couture. Thanks for coming to the show.
Thank you,
And Winnie Raymond, designer, Winnie Raymond's collection. Thanks for coming to the program. And Stella Malik, founder of Aramwear Organic Skincare. Thanks for all of you.
Yeah,
Thanks
thank you,
for having
Madine, for welcoming us.